Right, come on Sammy, good lad, good boy. Little Sammy, he's a beagle and a Jack Russell cross. So there's character there, there's fire there, there's confidence there, there's independent thinking, there's no real need to have us as a comfort blanket. So what we're dealing with, because at the moment, little Sammy, bless his heart, he's only a baby, I think he's just nearly 7 months old. He has got zero recall. But even worse, what he has done, he has rapidly learnt to play the game of chase when the owners, God bless them, have wanted him to come back. So never ever ever chase your dog, because what you'll do is you'll go, come on Buster, come on Rover. Rover will come to there. When you go to take it or go to put a lead on it or go to put a harness or a clip, whatever you use, Rover finds the fun in running off. So therefore you end up chasing Rover around the park, because Rover has rapidly learned it's more fun to be chased. It's more enriching to be chased. It's more beneficial, it's more pleasing, it's more positive to be chased. What we need to do is retune that thought process that coming back to me is better in all different ways of the list that I've just mentioned, to override the temptation of running away and playing the game of chase. So at the moment, we're giving him choices. Two choices. You can either come back to me and receive a reward just for doing that, or you can look at me, run off, and find fun in me chasing you. Now, bless his heart, because he's never been shown the difference between the two choices, he's always choosing the wrong one. Now, hence him running off. Now, this isn't all bad, because before he runs off, he looks at us before he makes the wrong decision. And I always say focus engagement is the key fundamental things of having any form of element of any standard of training. If your dog is looking at you and your dog is engaged in you and your dog is looking at you right in the eye, that's when we can have a conversation with it. We can either say, yeah, go on mate, away you go. Yeah, go and have fun. Or, don't you dare come here. So it's all not bad, because there is an element of focus there. And he's obviously learnt the benefit in looking at us as humans, looking at his owners. So why has he got that long line on? Well, I'm using this long line just as we're pottering around the run and pottering around the house for two different reasons. One, because it's friction on the floor, and I've purposefully got him in this run because it's been jet washed out and disinfected this morning, so the ground is wet. Therefore, the line becomes wet. Therefore, the line becomes slightly heavier for us to instill a new lesson. So because he's got that line and he's feeling the resistance of friction on the floor, so he's got an element of still feeling restrained to us in some way. Very, very effective tool. You can just drag that around the park and all that kind of stuff. Not so effective in heather, bracken, brambles, wheat fields, cornfield, all of that kind of stuff. So theoretically, if you're walking him in an environment where it's up to your knee, these aren't the greatest guys or greatest tools that you can use. However, there are other ways. But also what we need to do is, when he is at a distance and he turns around and looks at us and he goes, yeah, and you go, come, and he goes, nah, we still have an element of control at a distance. So I mentioned earlier, he's got two choices and he's always making the wrong one. We need to show him the way to choose the right one, and that is return to me and come back to me. So the only way of us doing that is with a physical intervention when he is 10 meters away from us. Because, come on mate, come, isn't working. Because he's looking at us and going, no, I'm not, see ya. So what we need to have is a physical element introduced to this situation to, in his brain, go, oi, come on, I want you to come back to me, okay? And that's when the long line, or the second practice or usage of the long line, comes into play. So when he does ignore us, we can give him a little check to say, come on mate, you know what to do, come back to me, okay? So that's what we're doing with little Sammy. let's give this a go. Sammy, come here, mate. Come. Good. Good. Right decision. Sit. Not going to over-egg the omelette. I'm not going to keep continuing to tell him to sit 5 times. He clearly doesn't know it. Let's give it a go. Sit. Okay. We now know something else that we've got to teach him. The key thing is that he is, good lad, is coming back to us willingly, because we have shown him and taught him that coming back to us is more pleasurable and rewarding and pleasing and more positive and blah, 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 than not. So let's tempt fate here. I'm going to open up this gate. But also, and I keep saying this, why do you walk up and down that run all day, John? Why do you keep walking up and down that run? Flipping out, your legs you must do miles walking up and down that run. Yes, because I want the dogs to follow me. Yes, because I want the dogs to see me as positivity and enriching and a food source and a fun source and a play source and an energy source. That is why I walk up and down. And every time the dog gets to me, I walk off. So I'm going to open up this gate to give him the opportunity to bugger off if he wants to. Go on, Sammy. Go on, mate. Where you go? But you can see the friction on that line. Good lad. Oh, flipping it. This is progress. Sit. You do know it. Yes, good boy. Well done. Good lad. Go on in. So, little Sammy, yes, bless his heart, he is continually making the wrong decision, continually making the wrong choice. And at the moment, that choice is to bugger off and not come back to us. So that is what we're going to do with you. Good lad. Sit. No. Look at that. Well done. Good lad. So you do know something. Yes, never, ever, ever chase your dog. Always let your dog chase you, because if the dog drops short, you're subconsciously teaching your dog a new, very, very rewarding game for the dog to chase him. Come on in, you.